You ever wonder how a massive AI trained on, pretty much the entire internet goes from being this chaotic know-it-all to a helpful, safe assistant like ChatGPT? Well, the secret sauce is a process called alignment. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how we teach an AI to think the way we want it to. This quote right here, it just perfectly captures the whole transformation. We start with something that's just predicting the next word based on zettabytes of internet data. It's a mimic, right? And we have to literally sculpt it into a tool that actually reflects our values and follows our instructions. Okay, picture this, a brilliant student who's read every single book in the library. I mean, they have all the knowledge in the world, but they've got no goals, zero social skills, and no clue how to actually apply any of it. That's a pre-trained model for you, a giant library of information with absolutely no librarian insight. So, alignment is basically finishing school for an AI. It's that critical step where we teach the model how to behave, how to be helpful, how to say no to harmful requests, and just how to interact in a way that we humans find useful and, well, preferable. For years, the absolute gold standard for alignment was this technique called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF for short. This is the powerful, super complex method that originally trained the big models like GPT-4. Think of RLHF like you were training a brand new employee. First, you show them a bunch of perfect examples of the work you want. That's step one. Then you hire an experienced manager, that's our AI judge, to review their work and give feedback. Finally, the new employee, our AI, just practices the task over and over and over, trying to get the best possible review from that manager. And here's where things get kind of wild. To make this work, you need a whole team of AIs running at the exact same time. You've got the main model that's being trained, a tutor model to keep it from going off the rails, the AI judge we just talked about, and even another AI to help the judge score the answers. It's a huge, complicated setup. And all that complexity? Well, that's its biggest downfall. While RLHF can get incredible results, it is just ridiculously expensive, it's prone to breaking, and honestly, it's a complete nightmare to set up correctly. This created a massive need for a better, simpler way to do things. And then, along came direct preference optimization, or DPO. In 2023, this method completely changed the game by finding a mathematical shortcut to get to that same alignment, just much, much more simply. Let's see how it works. So, the crucial insight of DPO is this. Instead of training a whole separate AI judge, it just reframes the entire problem. It turns alignment into a simple choice. Is answer A better than answer B? By optimizing the model to directly prefer the winning answers, it gets to skip the most complex, headache-inducing parts of RLHF. And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? DPO cuts the number of models you need in half, it's way more stable, and it dramatically cuts down the cost. This was a game changer. It made high-quality alignment accessible to so many more researchers and developers. Now, DPO was a huge step forward, for sure. But the AI community, the quest for efficiency was far from over. Everyone immediately started asking, what if we could make this even simpler? And that kicked off the next wave of innovation in AI alignment. Because even with DPO, you still needed that second tutor model in memory to keep the AI from straying too far from what it originally knew. This was the next big bottleneck that researchers really set their sights on eliminating. And that led us to these reference-free methods. ORPO is super clever. It basically combines the initial teaching and the alignment all into a single step. And SimPO not only gets rid of the reference model, but it also fixes this common problem where models get rewarded for just giving long, rambling answers, so you get more direct, to-the-point responses. So you might be wondering, how can an average person even afford to run these methods? The key is a technique called LoRA. Think of it like this. Instead of rewriting the entire textbook of the AI, you just give it a small, erasable notepad, these little adapter weights to learn new instructions. It's amazing. It means you can align a giant model on a single consumer GPU. But of course, this incredible efficiency comes with a hidden and frankly, a pretty fascinating cost. Recent research has uncovered what they're calling the intruder dimension phenomenon. So it turns out that LoRa's little notepad is more like a set of sticky notes slapped on top of the AI's textbook, not a new chapter that's actually integrated. The new information doesn't really get wired into the AI's core knowledge, which makes the new behaviors kind of shallow and brittle. And this can cause the model to forget its original skills, leading to a really frustrating trade-off. And this frustrating trade-off, this whole idea where making things more efficient or well-behaved can actually hurt the core skills, well, it points to a fundamental challenge in this entire field. It's a problem that has a name: the alignment tax. Essentially, the more you train a model to be polite and safe and to follow a very specific style, the worse it can become at its core tasks, like math and reasoning. It's kind of like a student who focuses so much on etiquette that their grades start to slip. This chart shows the problem perfectly. As you push that alignment score for helpfulness and safety higher, that's the first bar, you often see a noticeable drop in the model's performance on objective reasoning tests, that's the second bar. So how do we fix this? Well, the most common solution is surprisingly simple. During the alignment process, you just mix in a little bit of the model's old textbooks, high-quality reasoning data. It acts as this gentle reminder, helping the model stay smart while it's learning to be safe. Okay, so let's synthesize all of this. What does the state-of-the-art alignment process actually look like today at one of the major AI labs? This table pretty much gives us the whole playbook. For the massive frontier models like Llama 3, labs might still use the super expensive RLHF to squeeze out every last bit of performance. But for most other cases, developers are now using a mix of DPO for stability, or the newer, even more efficient SymPO and ORPO for projects where resources are tight. The key is just choosing the right tool for the job. And that brings us to the future. The next frontier here isn't just about tweaking preferences. The really big question we all have to answer is this: should we be training an AI to just give us the final answer that we like, or should we be teaching it to follow a correct, verifiable process of reasoning? The answer to that is going to define the next generation of AI.